Hey guys, welcome back. I'm doing another wear test video today. This time it is with the FoM Facial Enhancer in the shade Light. This is a product that I learned about from my friend Kelly, who runs the blog Goldilocks Reviews, and it looked like it was very interesting because it's sort of like makeup, so they recommend it for men who want like a matte look with just a little bit of coverage. And I was like, well, maybe this is something I could wear on my days when my rosacea isn't too bad, so I thought I would give it a try. As you can see today, that is not one of those days. You look and see how pale, pasty my neck and my chest look compared to my red face. My face always looks darker than my neck or my chest because of all my rosacea. By the way, I don't have any lights on. I am just sitting in front of a window so that you can see natural light and what my skin looks like, and I'm gonna put this on so you can see how this looks. Since this is just a tiny bit too dark for my face, I'm gonna mix like the tiniest drop of white from the LA Girl HD Pro Coverage Foundation. And I'm gonna put it on one side of my face first so you can see what the coverage looks like compared to nothing at all. I've worn this product several times and I liked it and I thought it was a good match until I went out with a friend who was like, yeah, no, it's still a little bit darker than your neck and chest when you're wearing it. So I was like, damn. I thought it was a foundation I could get away with wearing without having to adjust or add any white, but no such luck. They do recommend applying it with your fingers after you've applied your moisturizer with SPF. And I do find that applying it with my fingers is the easiest way. Okay, so as you can see, I have it on this side of my face. It still might be a little bit darker than my neck and chest, but I don't think it looks terrible. I'd never tried adding white to it before, so I wasn't really sure how it's gonna work. And it does take a little bit for it to adjust, but I feel like this looks pretty good. And then you can see just a little bit of like slate pink, like through my cheeks, peeking through like right here. It almost makes me think of like that Korean beauty trend where it's like, I think they call it like the hangover flush, where you put blush like right here. So this side, nothing. This side has FoM on. I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the rest of my face. Okay, so I now have this all over my face. This is one of those foundations that's shade adjusting, so it starts out white and then turns like a light beige color. And like I said, I added a little bit of white to it, and I still probably didn't add enough, but that was the first time I've ever added white to it. I've previously just worn this on its own because I thought it was a good match, and it is just a little bit dark for me. You can see now what it looks like on both sides of my face. And I'm going to zoom in. It is a sheer foundation, so a lot of the pink in my skin is still peeking through. It's funny because looking through the viewfinder on my camera, I feel like I see more pink than I do when I look in the mirror. So when I look in the mirror, I can only see a little bit of pink right here, and then on my chin, and then like right here on my nose. So I feel like when I'm wearing it, it looks like I have normal skin. It doesn't look like I'm wearing any makeup at all. I really, really like the silky feel of this. It is a silicone-based product, so it does have a lot of silicones in it. I will be sure to put a picture up of the ingredients listing up here so you can check it out. It is 1:16 p.m. and I'll be back in a couple hours to check in. So it's like 5:13. It's been roughly 4 hours since I applied this, and it looks like it's going pretty strong. So let me zoom in so you can see what it looks like. Like I mentioned before, this is a really lightweight formula. It just kind of blurs imperfections and gives like a little hint of color to cover up a little bit of like redness and flaws. I actually feel like this is a nice amount of coverage for me. It looks like skin because it looks like I have a slight sheen, but I don't feel like it looks like I'm oily or greasy. So I hope that that's translating on the camera because I feel like it just looks like I have a nice normal sheen to my skin. It did wear off a little bit of my nose because I had sunglasses on. So what I'm gonna do is use the Kat Von D Locket Powder in shade 42 and put that on my nose. This powder is slightly too pink for me, I think, but at least I powdered my nose and it's not shiny or anything. All right, so yeah, I'll be back in another couple hours. All right, it is now 9:49 p.m. and this is my final check-in. It's been about 8.5 hours since I first applied this product, and I have to say, I feel like it looks overall okay. I do show wear like right here by the sides of my face, where I almost always show wear. Where I powdered my nose isn't doing too bad. I did powder my chin too, which looks but it's definitely showing wear. It definitely needs to be touched up. I'm gonna zoom in so you can see how it looks close up. I feel like you can see my skin peeking through, but I don't think it looks terrible. I actually feel like it held up pretty well. So I want to tell you more about the facial enhancer. I bought the shade light, obviously. It also comes in medium deep, which the company decided to send me. I tried swatching all three in the back of my hand, and I think because it has some sort of like smart technology to match your skin tone, you can't really tell, or I can barely tell, like what they are. So this is light, this is medium, and this is deep. I feel like they're going to change to be more similar to your skin tone if you have medium or deep skin tones, but it's just kind of weird that I tried swatching them and you can't really tell. So let me go ahead and just read to you what FoM says about their product. So it's called their facial enhancer. It's supposed to be more than a moisturizer but less than makeup. The Sex Flex formula is perfect for both girls wanting a fresh, clean style and guys who want to have an edge and looking their best. So it's meant for both men and women. And I'm just going to read off the claims to you. It claims to even your skin tone and help hide imperfections. I do feel like it does that. It's an auto-adjusting color that goes on neutral then blends to your natural skin tone. I feel like it does that on me. It's ultra lightweight with replenishing moisture. I do agree that it does that because I have a dry skin type and I've had no problems with this product at all. It absorbs excess oil. I think it does an okay job on that. Like, I still wanted to touch up my nose, but I think I have an like an oily T-zone, so I think it did okay at that. I don't know that it's perfect at that. I would be curious to see how well it does on oily skin. It's supposed to be rich in natural antioxidants, fragrance-free, and you can also use it as a primer. It is, of course, cruelty-free too. So I do love that it lives up to most of its claims for me. I love that the light shade works pretty well for me. I can mix in a little bit of white to make it a little bit of a better match, but you know, even if you look at it, I don't think it looks terrible. I feel like it still looks like I have skin. I don't feel like it looks like it's very heavy, and it covers up most of my rosacea, so it works really well in my opinion as a sheer foundation. I don't have cake face. I feel like it might have settled in the pores, like right by the sides of my nose. This is like the worst area of my face. I don't really know why, but it always is. It's like my foundation often is just gone from here. But this is easy to touch up. About 4 hours ago, I touched up my nose and chin with the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. It's $29 for 1 ounce, which is actually pretty inexpensive as far as like a department store foundation goes. The Kat Von D and the Eden Minerals that I love so much are both $35. It is a silicone-based formula, and that's probably why it feels so smooth and it blurs imperfections, so I do really, really like that. I enjoy the fact that it doesn't make me itch and has no fragrance. Okay, you can see all three shades there, and you can see why I need to add just a tiny bit of white to mine to make it a better match. I am impressed by the fact that I could get just over 8 hours of wear with a little bit of a touch-up on my like T-zone, so that's a bonus to me. And I know, from like I've mentioned before from talking to makeup artists, that touching up your T-zone is normal. That's why that's why women used to say, you know, they would go powder their nose. So overall, I think this is pretty good if you're looking for a more sheer foundation that will blur imperfections, hide minimal, like, will hide some redness, like from rosacea like mine, because I feel like it hides it, but I still have a little bit of color to my cheeks, so I don't look completely washed out, which I'm okay with looking completely washed out too. It's really nice and I'm happy I picked it up. It feels like this is my second success in a row after having so many foundation fails, so I'm really happy to be sharing this with you. All right, anyway, what do you think of the FoM facial enhancer? Is it something that you would try? Do you like something like this with minimal coverage? Please be sure to let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share. I love it when you share my videos. It makes my day. And if you haven't already, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. Thanks so much for watching.